I know another area that you and the broader team have been thinking about is D&I, diversity and inclusion. And I wonder if you can kind of reflect, especially in a year, the past year, in which it has come into focus for a variety of unfortunate reasons, but perhaps with some silver linings for some of the changes that organizations are undertaking as a result of it. Talk a bit about some of your perspectives and the way in which worldwide technology is thinking about it, making advances from a D&I perspective.
You bet. And yeah, so I would start with, I talked about our founders, Dave Stewart and Jim Kavanaugh. Dave is an African American man, helped start the company back. We're 31 years now, almost in a month or two. We'll be at 31 years of the company. So being a privately held and minority owned business, I think we've had diversity inclusion is something we had been thinking about, whether that's the employees that we're hiring, the individuals that we're developing inside the company, as importantly, the partnerships that we establish with other minority owned businesses has been something that we've been focused on from the beginning, and based on how we were founded, frankly. The unique part of this, and I'd say an area, Peter, being a bit vulnerable in the discussion here, would be an area I've learned a great deal about over the last 12 to 14 months, is getting to know and understand the perspectives of the employees that we have inside of Worldwide and the experiences that they have had, prior to coming to Worldwide, and the experiences that they have while they're at the company, to inform what we ought to be thinking about and doing as an executive leadership team. And, following, I'd say the unrest, in particular in late May and early June, we started having listening tours. And we started this off with every executive within the company had set up time with, at the time, Black employees in their organization to just reach out and touch base on how are they feeling? What are they hearing? What do they think we should be doing to support not just them as employees, but the communities that they lived and worked in? And I can tell you, those were not easy conversations. One, I give our employees a lot of credit for the fortitude that they had, one, to just come in and share those ideas and speak freely. I think we learned a lot as a company in terms of things that we could be doing, to take what I think are really good focus programs and make them even better. And a couple of our key observations there were, one, we're still doing listening tours today. So we haven't stopped that open communication. And while it seems like a no-brainer, every month we have 4 or 5 of these that the executives are hosting to keep in touch with our employees on both the diversity and inclusion topics, as well as, I'll say COVID and work from home, stress that the teams might be under. But for us, it was about getting more focused with all the organizations that we were supporting and operationalizing how we could better recruit into our company diverse talent. And I mentioned, I think earlier, we're headquartered in St. Louis. That said, more than half of our employees are somewhere else in the world, there. So, and I think the advent of remote work has allowed us more freedom, frankly, to pursue talent, diverse talent in particular, in other areas and geographies, rather than, our centers in New York or St. Louis or Phoenix, Northern California. That's opened up an aperture to us. But I would say that the first step that we took that's having a meaningful impact on our people, our diversity, and the communities that we live and work in is partnering with programs that help develop skill sets and technology focused on that outreach into diverse communities, and then bringing those individuals on to WWT.